if you think Santa Claus is real as an adult, I'm not trying to take that from you. I'm not. But those of us who were raised differently, myself, we know that Santa Claus is, well, a figment of our imagination, pretty much. But yeah, you know, maybe Santa Claus in this respect for James Brown is just like, asking the government, long shot, to do right by its poorest and most, vulnerable citizens. What's going on, everybody? You're right on time for another ride on the Groove Line with your host, Chris Stevens. This is day number 20 of the 25 days of Christmas here on the Groove Line. We've been talking Christmas songs, Christmas albums for the last 19 days. Of course, this is day number 20, 25 days. We got 5 days left after today. And since it's Saturday, it's always good to get up, clean, cook, do all your chores, run your errands and things, and then enjoy the rest of your day. But you need some music to get you up and moving. And Christmas music always has some up tempos, but we're going to talk about an up tempo with a very special message. We're talking about the Godfather of Soul, James Brown, and none other than Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto. This came out on James' Soulful Christmas album, which was released in November of 1968. It's interesting because when you look at the track listing for Soulful Christmas, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud is on the Christmas album. You don't really associate that song with Christmas. Of course, you associate it with, social justice, black uplift, upward mobility, all of that stuff, black people rising up. You don't think about that song being, something you would play during Christmas, even though we probably should. I mean, we do have Kwanzaa for crying out loud. I mean, it would make sense. But Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto is James Brown's plea for Santa Claus to visit all the poor black kids that don't have the same access to toys and different things as their white counterparts. And I mean, you just hear, even though it's James in James's voice, you just get the sense that, he's just pleading with Santa, just like, yo, go visit these kids, man. I mean, we all know, I mean, okay, if you think Santa Claus is real as an adult, I'm not trying to take that from you. I'm not. But those of us who were raised differently, myself, we know that Santa Claus is, well, a figment of our imagination, pretty much. But yeah, you know, maybe Santa Claus in this respect for James Brown is just like, asking the government, long shot, to do right by its poorest and most, vulnerable citizens. And, he's talking about when you go there, you know what you will see because that was once me. Like James was like, yeah, I've been there before. And then, he's talking about, tell him Hank Ballard told you so. And Hank Ballard is one of James's closest, was one of James's closest collaborators and co-wrote this song. And James goes on to say, start singing, never thought I realized I'd be singing a song with water in my eyes. But Santa Claus, go straight to the ghetto. Like, that little tinge of emotion, just saying like, yo, this is breaking me up to know that these kids don't have anything. We need to do better by our kids. You as the government, you need to do better by our kids. So Santa Claus, whoever that might be it a legislator or somebody who can sign a bill, who can create a bill, or somebody who can recycle money through these poor neighborhoods, Santa Claus, it's up to you to go straight to the ghetto. And it's just an amazing, incredible song. I mean, James Brown at this point had, he had dumped the conks. He had dumped a lot of the flashier clothes that he used to wear. I mean, he was still very flashy up to a point, but the flashy stuff that he had worn during the earlier days of the 60s, when he was starting to get into the groove with, you know, Papa's got a brand new bag and all of that good stuff, he had toned it down a lot because he was trying to prove a point. He started wearing his hair in an afro, even though he didn't go back to the pompadour by the middle of the 70s. We all know that. And all of this different stuff. But, James Brown, he had a fondness for the underprivileged because those are the circumstances. This was a boy who was abandoned young, ended up in the, legal system, had to, fight his way out through music, and then just built an incredible career for himself as the Godfather of Soul. And so he's been there, done that, got the t-shirt, as they say. And he's like, I knew what these kids went through because I went through it. And I don't want these kids to go through what I went through. So we need to find a Santa Claus that's going to go to the ghetto and give all these kids everything they need. Not just toys, but, access to clean water, good education, housing, safe neighborhoods and all of that stuff. So, I mean, now that I started to think about it, yeah, it's not too far-fetched that Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud will be on the James Brown Soulful Christmas album. because that's who James Brown was. He was soul brother number one. He was for his people, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. I mean, he gets a lot of credit for that. Always remember that James Brown actually passed away on Christmas Day. So how fitting, right? We're talking about a man who passed away on Christmas Day 2006, and we're talking about a Christmas song where he is just pleading for the poor, underprivileged, and vulnerable kids to have things that every other kid has access to. Only the Godfather. So, and that's going to do it for day number 20 of the 25 Days of Christmas here on the Groove Line. Greatly appreciate y'all as always. Contact information will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that notification bell so you're notified of all the new content that drops on this channel. Don't forget to like and comment on these videos. Have you heard Santa Claus Go Straight to the Ghetto by James Brown before? If you hadn't, go listen to it. Come back, let us know what you think. But if you have heard it, let's talk about it. I do talk back in the comments. So thank you guys for riding with me on the Groove Line. And until the next time we ride, may you find the groove, or may the groove find you.